Hey there, welcome back to Story Spin. I'm really glad you're here. Thanks for taking a moment out of your day to sit with this story. Whether you're winding down or just need something thoughtful to listen to, you're in the right place. Today, we've got a story about setting boundaries with family and the complicated feelings that come with it. It's one of those situations where no choice feels easy. Let's get into it. Am I the a-hole for uninviting my brother and nephew from my celebration dinner? Backstory. My sister and I, early 30s, have an older brother. He's on his second marriage. His first marriage gave me my nephew, Connor, 15. Connor is autistic. When he was born, my then sister-in-law's family and my parents were the village. My sister and I were not. This caused a lot of tension until I told my parents they could either have my brother and his family or me, but not both. They chose to respect my boundaries. Eventually, my brother got a divorce. One of the issues was his ex-wife wanting my sister and me to help more. I still feel bad for him, but I wasn't going to change my stance. My sister didn't either. I recently moved back close to home and accepted a new job with a nice bonus. I invited my parents, sister, and brother to dinner at my favorite Korean BBQ place. My parents confirmed it wasn't my brother's week with Connor, so all seemed good. A week before the dinner, my brother called. His ex had something come up, so he had Connor that week. His current wife was also going out of town. I offered to pay for a babysitter. He said no, he wanted to bring Connor and asked if we could change venues because Connor gets overstimulated. I said no. It was my dinner, my treat, and I wanted to go to my favorite place. He argued, saying Connor can't handle that place. I reminded him of the last meltdown Connor had at a similar restaurant. He insisted on bringing Connor anyway. I told him if he did, I wouldn't come. He told me to go F myself and hung up. So we went to dinner, my sister, my parents, and me. My brother didn't come. My parents enjoyed it, but said they wished my brother and Connor had come. I said it would have likely ended with them leaving early to help my brother. They agreed, but still thought I should have just dealt with it. I disagreed. We didn't talk much after that. Am I the a-hole? Edit. Somebody suggested I post here. I've babysat Connor before. I still do for a few hours if needed. But I had to set boundaries. My parents and brother, mostly his ex, would take a mile if you gave an inch. They wanted my sister and me to stay local to help babysit. I wasn't willing to put my life on hold. I saw both my brother and Connor before I left, but I didn't apologize. I just wanted one dinner done my way. When my brother hosts, we always go somewhere Connor likes. That's fine. But this was for me. Top comment, not the a-hole. Can't believe they expected you and your sister to limit yourselves and stay near them to raise their child. That's some entitled stuff. OP's reply, I did feel bad sometimes, especially since my ex-sister-in-law's family stepped up. But we didn't want to give up our future because my brother had a kid. It's only when situations like this happen that we argue. But this story's not over yet. After posting, OP took in the feedback, both the supportive and the critical, and decided to reach out to their brother. Here's what happened next. Thanks to everyone who commented. I read everyone, even the ones calling me an a-hole. I called my brother today to talk things out. I apologized if it felt like I was excluding Connor, but I said I had a right to celebrate how I wanted. He apologized for snapping and agreed that Connor would have had a hard time. He said it would have been a waste of my money, since Connor wouldn't eat much. I told him in the future we could do lunch with Connor at a place he likes, then dinner somewhere I enjoy. I'd pay for a babysitter if needed. He asked if Connor could come to dinner too. I said no. I still planned on places that overstimulate him, like KBBQ, hot pot, sushi, fine dining. I pointed out that when he hosts, it's always places for Connor. I go to those. This time I wanted something for me. He accepted that. He also looked into sunglasses to help Connor with overstimulation. Then he asked if I'd be more involved now that I'm local. I said yes, but not as an on-call babysitter. I'd hang out, babysit once or twice a month, but that's it. I'm also adopting a cat, and Connor is allergic, so overnight visits are out. He understood, said he missed hanging out with me and was glad I'd be around Connor more. So, things are better. I'm excited to move back soon. Thanks again. Top comment. I hope your brother has a plan for Connor's future. If he's non-verbal and can't go to restaurants, what's the plan for adulthood? OP response. Yes. His specialists say he won't be independent. They're making plans for long-term care. Some time passed and things seemed to settle down until a new situation stirred it all back up. Months after the last update, OP found themselves facing another difficult ask from their brother. Here's how it unfolded. Hi again. I moved back to LA for a new job. My parents, brother, his wife, and Connor, now 16, all live here. Things with my brother were good until recently. He got selected for a 10-day work conference abroad. The company covers his hotel, and he wants to pay for his wife to join him. Problem is, my parents and sister will be in NYC, and his ex-wife, Connor's mom, will be out of town for work. So he asked me to watch Connor. I said no. Reasons. I live 90 minutes away, have a cat Connor is allergic to, and I don't work from home. I'd have to use PTO. The longest I've watched Connor was 6 hours. He had a meltdown I couldn't calm. I'm not equipped to do it for 10 days. Also, I don't want to set a precedent. I'm okay watching him occasionally, not becoming a regular caretaker. I explained all this. He was upset, said he thought I'd help now that I'm local. I reiterated, not an on-call babysitter. He involved our parents. They took my side, surprisingly. Said it would be nice if I did it, but acknowledged I never have before and his wife doesn't have to go. I feel bad for her, but I don't trust myself to do this. OP responded to a few of the comments that gave some more information. Let's get into it. First comment, why isn't this the bio mom's responsibility too? OP's reply, she told him months ago she'd be unavailable. It's during his custody time. Second comment, there are great resources in LA for respite care. Your brother should be exploring that. OP's reply, we've encouraged them. But his wife and ex don't want anyone else watching him overnight. Third comment, all 3 parents want to leave for 10 days and leave Connor with you after years of saying no? Wild. OP's reply, I think he thought I'd flounder. I enjoy spending time with Connor more now, but I still value my freedom. Fourth comment, can't your brother take Connor with him? OP's reply, nope. Bio mom won't allow it. Last time they flew, it was a nightmare. Fifth comment, your brother and ex need a real childcare plan. OP's reply, I agree. I think his wife will stay home. We'll see. Just when it seemed like the dust had settled, OP had to draw the line one more time. This last update brings some closure and a clearer boundary. Let's take a look. OP posted this update a week later. Thanks again for the support. I messaged my brother with 2 options. Either they stay home, or they arrange respite care and I check on him on the weekend. But I will not be watching him. He and his wife called. She said she's never been to this destination, it's on her bucket list, and she doesn't trust anyone else to watch Connor. I said she can stay home now and go with him in the future, with Connor. I pointed them again to local resources. They brushed it off. I was burnt out. I said good luck and hung up. Then I made a group chat and laid it out clearly. I will only visit when they are home. I'm done babysitting, even for a few hours. Maybe in the future we can go back to what we had, but not now. They apologized and offered to pay me. I declined. I said they need to work with agencies because our parents won't be around forever. My brother asked, what if it doesn't work out? I said, then it's still on you. His wife asked if I'd get training to care for Connor like they do. I said no. I want to be the fun uncle, not a caretaker. They gave me a thumbs up. His wife is staying home and said they'd see me in 2 weeks. I'll keep encouraging them to get outside help. I think it'll make all their lives easier. OP responded to a couple of comments. First comment, just don't visit when they're due to leave. They might pull a fast one. OP's reply, I have a conveniently timed out-of-town getaway. Second comment, are they making long-term plans for Connor? OP's reply, they are, but they're still in the we got this stage. Situations like this prove they don't. Now here's a different kind of family tension, one that hits close to home for anyone who's ever had to play host without warning. In this next story, A woman finds herself constantly scrambling to clean, shop, and cook after her husband springs last-minute gatherings on her. And when she finally says, "Enough," well, that's when things really get interesting. Let's get into it. Am I the a-hole? My husband will invite his family and friends over without telling me until that day. He then expects me to clean, run to the store, and cook everything. I finally just decided to leave the house the last time he told me because I only had 4 hours till their arrival. He canceled. So, my husband has this habit of inviting his family and friends over without telling me until the day of. Then he expects me to clean the house, run to the store, and prep and cook everything. The last time he did this, he gave me only 4 hours notice. I finally just decided to leave the house. He canceled the get-together. The thing is, his family is constantly judging and talking about each other. So when he says, "It doesn't matter, they don't care," I know, and he knows, he's full of it. And it's not just tidying the house. We are not regularly stocked in food or drinks to have people over. When I got home, I asked what he was planning on having for dinner, and he said, "I don't know, I guess it's good that they aren't coming over anymore." Now he's sulking and saying I'm the problem because I can't just go with the flow. I've told him multiple times, I just need a couple days' notice to get things in order. But he insists I'm just difficult, uptight, and uncooperative. So, am I the a-hole? Judging by the comments, just about everyone had OP's back. Here were some of my favorites. Why didn't he just go with the flow and clean the house, run to the store, and prep everything? I mean, it's pretty easy, right? So, he springs a party on you with 4 hours notice, and then sulks when you won't drop everything? That's not a host, that's a headache. You're not uptight. You're someone with boundaries. He's just mad you finally enforced them. If he wants spontaneous hosting, he can try spontaneous vacuuming too. From spontaneous parties to surprise cakes, this next one is a bit more sweet, and just a little bit sour. When OP agreed to bake a gender reveal cake for their sister, they expected one simple detail, the actual gender. But when that info never came, they improvised, with a cake that made quite the statement. Let's take a look. Am I the a-hole for making my sister's gender reveal cake gray because she wouldn't tell me the gender? I'm a 23-year-old guy and I bake as a hobby. I'm actually pretty good at it, like getting paid under the table for weddings and baby showers, kind of good. So my sister is pregnant and asked me to make the cake for her gender reveal. Cool, no problem. I asked her to send me the info so I could prep the inside. You know, the classic pink or blue filling. She says, "Oh no, I want to be surprised too. Just make it neutral for the reveal and we'll all find out together." And I'm like, huh? So, you want a gender reveal cake with no gender revealed? She says someone will email the info to me later. That someone never did. Deadline comes, and I still have no gender. So I make the cake. Gray inside, gray outside, just full-on cement vibes. I even added little fondant clouds for effect. It still tasted great. But visually, grim as hell. Reveal day comes. They cut into it. My sister looks pissed. Her husband's confused. People are murmuring. She pulls me aside like, "Why would you make it gray? That's so passive-aggressive." I calmly reminded her, no one told me the gender. I literally had no data to work with. I wasn't about to guess or go full improv on someone's baby cake. Now my mom says I embarrassed her in front of the family, and that I should have tried harder. Tried harder to do what? Summon the gender through vibes? So, am I the a-hole for making the most neutral reveal cake in history? Edit. I actually did follow up. I asked her a couple days before the reveal if the info had been sent. She just said something like, "Yeah, someone's taking care of it." I figured it was handled. I didn't want to pester her since she seemed chill about it at the time. The comments on this one were against OP. People seemed to think that OP could have put more effort into making sure that he had gotten the information beforehand. Top comment, "I'm confused. Did you not take the opportunity as the date was coming closer to tell your sister, 'Hey, I haven't gotten the info on the gender. Can you check on this?'" OP replied, "I actually did follow up. Asked her a couple days before the reveal if the info had been sent. And she just said something like, 'Yeah, someone's taking care of it.' I figured it was handled. I didn't want to pester her since she seemed chill about it at the time. If she really wanted the gender in the cake, she could have double-checked too. I was relying on the system she set up, and it just didn't come through. A lot of folks pushed back, saying that if he knew he didn't have the info, he should have been more proactive, or just backed out of making the cake entirely. Some called the gray color choice passive-aggressive, pointing out that even a simple white cake would have felt more neutral and less, well, moody. It's one of those situations where the intention might have been harmless, but the execution left a sour taste for some. Honestly, stories like this show how quickly things can get personal, even over something like a cake. Boundaries, expectations, miscommunication, it all piles up. But what do you think? Was OP making a quiet statement or just following through the only way he could? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear how you'd have handled it. If you enjoy this type of content, consider subscribing. Thanks for being here, and until next time, take care.